Oliver McCall versus Lennox Lewis, the rematch. McCall had knocked out, big upset, had knocked out Lennox Lewis. You know, he came out, he was known as Tyson's sparring partner, but then on his own, the guy showed he was a good puncher, good solid fighter. And then the rematch, first of all, McCall never should have been in the ring. My son is right, only in boxing, unfortunately, sometimes. So in the rematch, McCall is in the ring. He shouldn't have been. This fight takes place 3 years after McCall had knocked out Lennox Lewis. McCall had been having problems, serious problems, alcohol, drugs, depression, psychological issues. He had actually, believe it or not, been in a detox center during training camp. It's absurd, and it's also sad. It's more sad than it is absurd. But he fought the fight. He'd been struggling, like I said, with mental drug issues. He started crying in the third round. He was suffering a mental breakdown in front of the world. The fight was stopped 2 rounds later. McCall was sent to a psychiatric ward to be helped.
I remember watching it as a little kid. It was one of the hardest things to ever watch, obviously. But I also still remember saying he is lucky that he was in there with Lennox Lewis that night. Obviously a great champion, but he was a gentleman and he was a class act in a tough situation.
He did take a right hand, like he didn't care. And Lewis, because Lewis didn't know what was going on. So initially Lewis, he started crying, whatever. Lewis threw a right hand and hit him a flush right hand, if I remember correctly. And it was like a raindrop hitting a windshield. I mean, it had no impact. It had no effect on this man who was obviously dealing with things that were a lot worse than right hands. That's all I'll say.